Hello, this episode of the Steamy Stream is being presented to a live studio audience. Prepare your pants, because this is going to get steamy. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how to start streams, and I never will. Let's talk about the Apex video. I started this video in December 2020, and I found myself extremely in a bad place. Like, I was creatively bankrupt, and I could not bring myself to make anything, and I was getting a little depressed over it, and I needed a kick. I had hundreds of hours of footage, and I did not want to dig through any of it. I felt like everything I recorded was bad, and I just didn't, I couldn't bring myself to. It's a really tough place to get out of mentally. I ended up saying, fuck it, just make a video. So that's what I started. A video. And I just took the first video I found on my hard drive, skimmed through it for a good clip, and that clip is still in the video. That edit that I made is still there. It has to do with Batman, if anyone has seen it. But that was the first clip I edited. And after that sparked a lot of creativity. I got a solid 4 minutes of the video done. There's 7 minutes total for comparison to what happened after. I got 4 minutes of that video done in like a month, which I was very proud of, but I kind of lost a little bit of interest in the whole project at one point, and I wasn't really, I had a couple things I needed to do in real life, so I put the video aside for a bit to do those things, and that was that. I was going to come back to it and work on it, except when I came back to working on the video, there was an error. A giant, critical error that almost got the entire video gone. My editing software, for shits and giggles, thought it'd be funny to give me an error for all audio. Meaning, all audio for the video would not come through. Okay, not all audio. Not yet anyways. At this point in the video, it was, some random audio clips, the music I advertised that I made, that wasn't in the video. It couldn't make it in because my editor, just for shits and giggles, told me, no, you can't do that now. So I was like, okay, let's go on YouTube and look for some tutorials to fix this. I looked on YouTube for tutorials to fix it for, I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating, hours. Hours on searching in a tutorial. Do you know how mentally horrible it is to sit there and watch 4-year-olds tell you drag and drop your audio to Audacity and it'll fix it when it doesn't work, and everyone says that. No, I never found a solution to this after hours of searching, and I was kind of fucked because I said this was my jump back into making YouTube. I was in a depressive fit before. This was my spark back into creating videos. And I just got mentally exhausted again. There was no solution. And it got to the point where I contacted HitFilm support. That's the editing software I use, is HitFilm. So I contacted the creators, who are named FX Home, and they ran me by through a few different issues. For me, whenever I add a new file to HitFilm 16, whether it's video or audio file, I am hit with the same error every single time. There was an error conforming your audio. Media audio samples will not be available. This leaves me with no audio in the video. Sound does not play from MP4, MP3, WAV, and possibly more. I have not tested. This was never a problem for me on the previous version, HitFilm 15, and I've even had to abandon my old project file in an attempt to fix this problem. That's the reason the video's in 720p again. I have reinstalled the software a total of 5 times, one of which was a reinstall of HitFilm 15, and in all of these attempts, it hasn't worked. I've reinstalled my graphics cards drivers twice, and it still hasn't worked. I've even reinstalled Realtek audio drivers at some point, because I just need this video done. I've tried converting it through Audacity. I visited so many forums. I've watched so many videos. The problem that has been happening to me for more than a month now, and I still cannot find the solution. I hope someone can help me with this. Thank you for your time. And then I sent a PNG of the actual thing. Hello, thank you for contacting FX Home. I'm sorry to hear you're having problems. Can you send us a sample of the media to test here? Create a DXDiag report for your computer and send it to me. This will provide details about your hardware and what will help us identify the source of the problem. And then he gives you advice on how to create a DXDiag file. I said, I guess I'll send it through the website too. So I sent a DXDiag through Google Drive and here. He said, thank you for sending over the media and the report. I have imported it into HitFilm Express and it is loaded as expected. What drive is the MP4 media located on when you attempt to use it? What happens if you go to this, or HitFilm File Options, Render, and turn hardware decoding on and off, and try to load the media? Can you send me a screenshot of the dialog box that will have opened up when you open HitFilm and go to this? You may have to make the box bigger so I can see the whole file path. The MP4 media is located on my D drive, a 1TB drive where I mostly store recordings. Disabling and re-enabling the render option doesn't seem to change anything. Here's the screenshot. Thank you for the help, hopefully we can get this fixed. Hello, thank you for your reply and for sending over that report. Unfortunately, your computer does not meet the minimum requirements for HitFilm. Specifically, your CPU is below minimum required by HitFilm. In order for us to provide support for the software and for the software to run as expected, it is necessary that it be installed on a computer that meets or exceeds the minimum requirements provided here. And then I checked it out, and it was of specs that were, at the time, lower than what I feel like I had, but please install the software on a different computer that meets the hardware requirements detailed there, and then contact me if you have any further questions. I don't have another computer available, so I'll just cut my losses here and end the project. Thank you for the help and have a nice day. And I got really fucking sad at that because, I spent loads of hours on the video and it's going to get tossed. And I kind of was in a bit of denial at a point there. After a week of just getting mentally upset with myself, you can't even make a video, I said to myself. I got kind of just mad at me. So I bit the bullet. And I spent $300 on new computer parts to fix the audio issue so I could get the Apex video done. And then I bought the parts and I put it all together and it didn't work. And I just wasted $300. And at that point, I was almost at my breaking point. I couldn't bring myself to make anything. I uninstalled and reinstalled the software a total of 6 times. My editing timeline for the video, with all the footage that I had at the time, I had to export that at 720p. I deleted the entire project file for the Apex video in an attempt to fix this. Didn't work. Turns out, when you uninstall HitFilm, it leaves a little hidden file in your computer. Just a little sneaky thing that just saves your data and name and stuff. Turns out this little file is the whole reason I couldn't make the video. So I wasted $300. This took me 3 months. This whole process took me 3 months to get the fucking editing software working. All because of this little hidden file. Not a single tutorial on YouTube tells you how to fix this. I'm thinking of making my own tutorial, actually, on how to do that. But I was upset, but actually insanely happy, because I could work on the video again. But around this time, I got into a relationship with somebody. And ultimately, I don't want to talk about the relationship too much, but it didn't turn out very well. And it left me in probably the worst mental state I've ever been. It was traumatizing almost. This relationship was really horrible. And I got out of that bankrupt as hell. I couldn't bring myself to turn the computer on. I just lie in bed. That's how much it messed with me. But it took me around 2 or 3 months to recover from that alone. It was really bad. But when I got out of that, which I'm going to say happened around a month ago, I started to tamper with making stuff, and it just wasn't the same. I couldn't make music as quickly as I used to be able to. I couldn't make a video as consistently as I used to be able to. And I thought, you can't make an Apex video. But then I said to myself, just make a fucking video.